All right, hello everybody, welcome back to the stream, Saturday morning stream. And yeah, we do happen to be at the normal time. I guess I'm a creature of habit. But welcome back to the stream, Adam, good to see you. This is the normal time. Hello, Mario A&Ms, welcome, welcome. So before I get into the stream today and what we're going to be working on, what I'm going to be working on, I want to remind everyone that I'm trying to be a full-time indie game developer / course instructor. So if you want to support my work, Gunforged is available for sale now on Steam. There's a demo and everything, so you can try it out before you purchase it. And you can also purchase it as part of a bundle. So it's bundled with Cubed and Dangerous and Genome Guardian. So if you want to get 2 games, you can get those at discounted prices. These go on discount. They're 20% off by default, but they go on sale for higher than that or more than that quite often. So you could pick up 2 games at once. And I also have my Udemy courses available for sale. So this is my Survivor style course in Godot Engine, 4.8 stars, 18,000 students, 3,000 ratings. So yeah, that's not to brag. That's just to say, hey, if you want a good course, the students don't lie. So it's also a great way of supporting me, but it's a great way of kickstarting your Godot learning journey as well. Jeepers, I guess I'm not going to be able to talk today. Anyway, I appreciate any and all support, and of course you can also support me by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and watching my other videos. Cool. All right, let's get those ads out of the way. So yeah, today we're going to be continuing work on my roguelike card auto battler I said roguelike already. And I don't really have a plan for today. I'm basically just going to be working on whatever interests me, and I've made a couple of tweaks here that maybe I'll mention real quick. I might actually, you know what I might do? Might start getting some of this UI art in place, because that might be interesting to figure out. So I started drawing some UI art here. It's not final, obviously, but I want to get this into the game and just sort of get an impression for how that feels before I go any further with this. So I probably will do that, but anyway, so I made a couple of changes. One change I made is that these booster packs now only give cards of one type. So if you want weapon, you can do weapons, alchemical. So if I select this one, I'm only going to get alchemical cards out of this. And I think I'm just making that change preemptively because as the card library gets built out, I think that's going to be a better way of narrowing down which kind of card you're hunting for, rather than just having an increased chance of getting a card. Because previously the booster packs, it was like, well, contains more minion cards, but there's a chance that you won't get any minion cards from the booster pack, which kind of defeats the point of a booster pack, right? So now it's only minion cards. And what else did I do? Let's see. Let's add a poison enchant on this. You know what? Can I increase my board size? No. Let's do another enchantment, Echo, here. So yeah, on this stream, probably just going to be working on basically whatever comes to mind. But yeah, we'll see. I also turned the necrosis status kick-in time to 15 turns rather than 20 turns. I think that's going to speed up the gameplay a little bit more, which is nice. And we'll just watch this go through. Maybe we'll work on some like turn buttons as well. Because what I probably should do is figure out what all UI elements are going to be on the screen before I go too fancy with this art here. But I think speed controls might be something that we work on today. We'll see. There's the necrosis coming in. Boom. Get some relics here. We can do this. Maybe we'll upgrade a card. Upgrade. That heals for 9 now. Increase the board size. Put that guy right there. Let's try to fight the villager that's dual wielding arming swords. So I nerfed these arming swords a little bit. I put the shield that they applied down a little bit, because they were just a little bit too hard to deal with, but let's see. Now the problem with the necrosis kicking in at 15 turns here is that as long as you don't absolutely get destroyed by the board, you tend to win, although I think I'm going to lose this one. Yeah, I'm probably going to lose this one. Oof. Yeah, necrosis is not going to save me. Oh, maybe. Oh, nope, I'm dead. Okay, so yeah. Resurrect. Maybe we'll change that resurrection scaling as well, because it's a little bit too punishing to start. So yeah, we'll just be working on whatever sort of catches my attention. Hello, Damien. Welcome back. Hello, Snupbill. I almost said hello, Yummers. Some spray cat stole me money. That's totally fine. Welcome back, Snupbill. Always great to have you here. Always great to see you. Yummers, yes indeed. Yup. There's Luca with the yup message. Syringe ain't a minion. It is not. Hello, Rin. Welcome back. Good to see you again, as always. Yesterday, phone died and my phone corrected yup with yep. Oh no, you broke the streak. We can forgive that. Phone autocorrect does not count. It's the intent, right? If you intended to do yup, then we'll count it. Hello, SN. Welcome. I want to be nice and say something about work-life balance and making time for yourself, but that's not realistic when you need to generate business stuff. Pretend I'd said something nice, though. Yeah, I mean, I'm not... So there's a couple of things here. First of all, I'm not like working 14-hour days. I work on the stream in the morning, and then I usually eat lunch, maybe take a little bit of a break in the afternoon, then I work. So I only do like usually around 6 hours of work a day. That will probably pick up once I have a clearer idea of how the game should shape up. Right now, it's kind of like I don't spend a lot of time like actually working on the code or the art because I'm still like thinking through things in my head. But as I get a clearer idea of how the game is shaping up and I get through some of the design questions that I have, probably will end up working more. But yeah, it's not. And the other thing too is I enjoy it. So it's like, you know, no one says, oh, you need work-life balance if you play 10 hours of video games a day. Right? And it's like, why do you do that? Because you enjoy it. So I actually enjoy it. So it's not like I'm forcing myself to do something that's not fun, you know? Anyway, but yeah, I appreciate the sentiment for sure. All right, let's do this. I died again. Wasn't paying attention, I guess. All right, so I'm gonna see. Let's get this UI implemented, and I don't know how I'm gonna do that, to be honest. So we got the frame here. I wonder if I should I put this as one? Let's, shoot. Let's get rid of the reference, text inventory, text cell, environment art. Yeah. Let's call this environment art graveyard. And let's just do this. File, scripts, export layers. We'll do that. Where actually is this oh no, I did it wrong. We don't want those. We're going to get rid of these. What I need to do is I actually need to move the mock-up here. We're going to take this mockup.png. Let's get rid of those things. Move the mockup into assets UI. What do I want to call this? Screen, I guess. I don't know. It didn't detect that I was renamed. That's all right. Call it screen. We'll just call it screen.asprite. Actually, move that. Screen. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll do the export layers. I just wanted to make sure that's not cluttering that root directory there. Hello, Fiskits. Surprised to see you stream. I thought you'd take the weekend off. No. Why not fire up a stream, you know? Why not? All right, let's see what happens. So I'm going to go to my game UI here. We're going to just do a giant texture rect here. Call this frame. Assets, UI, screen, frame. Do I not have a bottom? Oh, I don't have a bottom line. Maybe I don't need that. Okay, all right. So there's that. This player UI, let's see. Player inventory. How wide is this? Let's see. Let's go across. That's 102 pixels. Where's that custom minimum size coming from? Oh, maybe I just have it set here then. Nope. Where is that coming from? Oh, maybe it's... Let's get rid of this stuff. Let's just get rid of those margins. (102). And we'll make this expand in the vertical. Yeah, expand. Or no, we don't need that. Okay. All right. Oh, this is going to be a little bit tricky, actually. I'm probably going to have to manually position some things. Okay, so I guess I don't want this to be... Let's do shrink center, maybe? No, shrink begin. All right, so how far down do I need the top of the player inventory to be? Let's see. (48 pixels). Okay, so we'll go ahead and take this. I'm going to get rid of this text here. Get rid of that. VBox container. Okay, this... 48 pixels, margin top. Okay, we'll just start with this. We'll just do one thing at a time here. Oh, goodness gracious. Do I want to do a margin container? I think I'll just do a normal control here, maybe? That's not going to work, is it? I actually don't know how to... I haven't designed a more complex UI like this, so I actually don't know what to do here. I guess what I can do is I can add... Let's just go ahead and add another texture rect here. We'll just add the book. Ooh, that's not good. Keep. Put it underneath the frame here. Why on earth? There we go. I think that's right. It's a little bit... It's not entirely centered, but that's fine. Okay, so there's the book. And then we can add another texture rect. Let's call this book. Text, inventory, keep. Does this go on top of the player inventory? It does, okay. Okay, let's see. We'll just make a control child here. Cover the whole screen there. I don't know, we'll call it position root. Just making stuff up, really. Now I want to find a way to align this. Oh, I have it actually down like this. Let's see. Yep, I think that's right. Okay, cool. Actually, I need to make sure this is ignore on the mouse as well. Ignore. Set these to ignore as well. Okay. Let's see. Let's just make sure that's working good so far. Hello, Aniran. Welcome back. Kind of surprised to see you stream. People keep saying that. Hello, Pocket Pixie. Welcome. Good to see you again. Always good to see you. That gradient text looks sick. Thank you. Yeah, so this is looking great already. Look at that. That looks so much better. That looks so much better already. So I like that a lot. So that's good. And we'll do the cell down here as well. So now here's the tricksy part. I need to figure out, let's get rid of this label. You know, this HBox container for the blood, that's going to go away. So I'm going to remove that so that's not taking up space. What? How is that not taking up? Interesting. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, so this VBox container, we need to set a separation in here now. So we're basically going to measure from the bottom here to the top here. 79. So we'll do a separation here of 79. Okay. All right. Now the problem is, oh shoot, the problem is, I actually don't know how far down, because the inventory changes size. So what I need to do is what? Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should put those decorative elements as a child of this scene. That might be better. Let me just see how this looks. I thought maybe it would give me some rendering issues, like draw order issues, but maybe not. Oh, I can't. Okay. I'm gonna have to add a control. Control, we'll call this position root. I don't like that, the way that that's working. So I guess I'll just measure it here. Might as well. So this is how many from the top here. $255. Okay. So we'll take this. Let's do some scales in here. Yeah, let's do this. Text direct, scales, put this here, reset the size, Position needs to be 255. That's not correct. 255 minus the size. Is that right? Guess so. And then it needs to be centered. So I'll just center it here. It's going to look pretty bad in the editor here, but that's all right. That's okay. You know what I could do, actually? Here's what I'll do. This is how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what I'll do, I can make it nice here, is I'll just set this minimum size to 18 times 7. And that should push everything. Yeah, there we go. So that should push everything such that this is how it will be spaced when it's actually in the game. Okay, that's much easier. So we got the scales here. Let's add the cell text. I'll drag this down. Again, I need to figure out what this is oriented like in here. Is this how I had it? That's not quite the same as what's up here. This is actually, this needs to go down a little bit, I think. To sort of match what I've got in terms of the inventory here. So these black pixels on the bottoms of the letters, they kind of go below the grid a little bit. So I think that's the same as I've got here. I'm going to update that in my mock-up just so that it's like the same. Hello, can I move this, please? Oops. Okay, perfect. Let's see what that looks like. Well, we said yesterday that, yeah, that's true. We'll see you again Monday. Well, I do decide to stream on weekends sometimes. I'll bet that Saturday coffee has a little bit of the leprechaun in it. Maybe. Maybe. I'm just kidding. That's funny. Always nice to see you stream, though. Thank you, Fiskets. Hello, Lukey. Finally caught up with you live, adding in your UI concept. Yes, indeed. Yes, welcome back. Always good to see you. All right, so yeah, so we've got some UI going on over here. Looks much nicer, I think. Obviously, I can do some more work on the style here, but I think generally this just looks a lot better. So now let's do inventory art. So I'll just add that here. Or not inventory art, environment art. So I'll put the environment art graveyard there. Oh, that's okay. Here's what I want to do. This environment art graveyard, actually, I want to export this environment art graveyard. We want to do the graveyard layer only. I'll export that. Cool. And now I can reset this position. So I just want that to be, so I can overlay that entirely on the screen, and then we get the little art down there. I'm going to probably add more environment art as well, but let's just see what that looks like. Okay, the game is already looking much snazzier here. Much snazzier. Now, one thing that I'm also considering doing is removing the player health bar here and making it like a health globe, like a callback to a traditional sort of ARPG, like Diablo with the globes. My friend made this suggestion. I think it's a really good one. The only problem is I just don't know where to put a globe. I mean, I could put it up here somewhere, but I don't want to have it too far away from the board here. But I think it would be nice to get rid of this bar here and do something different. I mean, I could put it down here and move this art somewhere else on the other corner, maybe. Yeah, that's still something I need to figure out, I suppose. Does this still work? Yeah. Sold all my cards. Couldn't hurt to mock it up. Yeah, I gotta mock it up still, for sure. So this now, I gotta figure out how thick I want these to be. I think I should probably carve this out. So maybe what I'll do, I'm gonna reduce the size of these things a little bit. So this frame here, I'm gonna take this, let's put the background back so we can see what it looks like. Take this and move it up a little bit. Oops. I might flip these. Let's flip this. Yeah, I think that looks better. So your currency will be up here. There's going to be more currency items, but your currency will be up here so it's closer to your inventory, and then this is like the combat progress bar here. I think that looks better. And then what I'll do is I'll exclude this height from how these things are being aligned. So what will essentially happen is this will get centered within this area. So this will be moved down a little bit, like so. Yeah, that's going to look a lot nicer, I think. Okay, so let's do that. I'll just export the frame by itself. There we go. That looks pretty good. So if I go, let's see, how tall is this? 30 pixels, all right. So if I go to my game UI here. Oh, I'm already in the game UI. Oops. So this HBox container, player inventory. I should make this expand. Oh, I can't make that. Oh, I guess I could. Let's change this to fill here. Fill, and then this VBox container. Yeah, that looks better. So we'll just make that a nice uniform size there. This play container now. Why is that not... Oh, this HBox container, does this have a separation? There we go, okay. So now this play container here, what we'll do is we just need to set a margin top of 30 pixels there, I think. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I wonder if I should just... Should I use just VBox containers for this? What is that control doing there? So we got the play container, player inventory. So yeah, we're going to want a VBox container in here, I think. Okay, and then we'll do an HBox container. This is going to have a minimum size of 30. Okay, so now we're bounding that very nicely. Okay, cool. Now where is that? Oh, you know what? that run progress bar. Is that in here? Run progress bar. Oh no, where is that created? Is it in here? What? Oh, it's here. Okay, yeah, so that's good. So I'll take this run progress bar here and put this where? Okay, I wish I had some visuals for this. That would be nice. We'll just turn those on for now so I can actually see them. You do something vertically along the side. I guess it wouldn't really be a globe. Oh yeah, with respect to the health bar, yeah. The globe could fit right under the player grid. The statuses could go below the globe or next to it. Oh, you think, oh, so like right here? Maybe like a wrought iron fence around the cemetery. I kind of started that. Yeah, that's kind of like this little thing right here. Do you do any type of version control in your graphics? I just Git, you know. Just Git. Did I delete the currency thing? Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that, huh? I probably shouldn't have done that. It's okay, we're going to use a margin container. I'll call this currency container. I got to make sure to set all these to ignore. So this currency container, how big should this be? It's starting from here. Here all the way over. These numbers are very odd, but that's all right. We'll do 199. Okay, and then this run progress bar, what we're going to do is we're going to have it expand, shrink, center. All right, let's just take a gander. Let's take a gander at what that looks like. Okay, very cool. So we need to put the currency up here. Did I write? Hold on a second. Hover is handled even when dragging cards. Hover state. So we'll fix that. Cool. All right. So yeah, we just got to figure out. I deleted the currency though, which is kind of was kind of dumb, I suppose. I'll probably just create a new scene for it anyway. Where even was, or do I have? I don't even know where I was using that. Oh, it's in the player inventory. Oh. Yeah, it's not in the game UI. It's in the player inventory. Right. Okay. So it's here. Right. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to currency display, I guess I'll call this. We're going to save this branch as a scene. Scenes UI. Call this currency. Save that as currency display, get rid of that. Then in this game UI here, currency display. This we're going to say shrink begin, shrink center. Perfect. And then this currency container, I'll just go ahead and add a margin left of like 8 pixels. How big are these paddings here? That's 10. That's 9. That's close enough, I suppose. Close enough. So this currency display, there's a blood label here. I think I'll just refactor this. Player inventory. Where's my blood label? Yeah, so we're going to connect to that blood change. So I'll just go ahead and add a script to that scene. Create new folder in here. Call that currency. Scripts UI currency display. Game.ui.currency. We'll take this currency manager connection code and we'll put this in the ready method. All right, and then we'll take that on blood changed. Node private label blood label, and then we need to get the currency manager. All right, is that it? I'll make sure all of these are set to ignore here. There we go. Did I do this for this one too? I think so, yeah. All right, let's see. Hello, MyCoonDev, welcome back. Be mindful if the encounter count ever starts growing, you may want to shrink or do something else with the bar. Yeah, that is something that I need to be aware of for sure. Remember, eventually you have 4 types of currency. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. This is probably too much space for the 4 types of currency, but because I don't think, I think it's going to be relatively rare for the player to get up to 3 digits of currency. I really like in my games trying to keep the numbers as low as possible. I think games are kind of ridiculous, like Diablo, where you get like 4 trillion damage crits. It's like, I like just keeping everything. I don't know. For me personally, there's something more satisfying about dealing with smaller numbers because they're almost like easier to reason about as a player. Like old school WoW was kind of like this, like classic WoW. You get an item that has like +1 int on it, and you're like, oh my gosh, that's a great item. Like a rare drops with like +2 int, and it's like amazing. And then you get some of these games that have like +1000 int, and it's like, what does that even mean? You know? That's some cool UI. Thank you. Thank you. So let's see. Let's sell that. So yeah, the blood count is updating up here now. And I'm going to do some nice blood like animations, like when you sell something like blood goes up to the UI, you know. I'm trying to add like animations and stuff to this UI. Maybe animate this hanging guy down here. I also want to give interactivity to the environment, like in Hearthstone, where if you click the environment things, like they react. So it'd be kind of cool to like cut this guy down. Like you click this and he just falls off the tree. I think that'd be really funny. Funny. Okay, so this is feeling much nicer, actually. I still want to get like a health globe in place. Maybe I'll mock that up next. But let me just play a little bit and see how I actually sold my damage. So that's not good. Let's take the Corvid and 8 damage. They both deal 8 damage. Okay. This has a longer turn cooldown though. Add enchantment to card. Might as well put Echo on the Corvid here. So I get some damage now. All right, let's fight Villager 2. He deals 10. Boom. I think tree and fence in the bottom needs to be slightly bigger to fill in that void space better. Maybe. I mean, I'm not... I'm going to add more stuff along the bottom. So I think that once more stuff is filled in here, it's not supposed to be like... I mean, I could make it bigger, but keep in mind, too, the player board is going to grow and take up a lot of this space. So I think what I'll have to do is I'll reevaluate once the game becomes more fleshed out. But I think I just want to do little decorative elements and just kind of frame it, not necessarily take up a whole bunch of space, you know? Also, it's going to stretch my art skills. Boom, syringe. Heal 6 damage and heal for the damage dealt. Booster. Let's take some relics. Phylactery, it's always a good one to have. Villager 3, deal 14 damage. Let's see what happens. I wonder if we're going to get necrosis on this one. Maybe not. Killed him too fast. Ooh, I'm full health. Nice. Cool. Another phylactery. Upgrade a card. Let's upgrade the phylactery. So we got a tier 2 phylactery now. Increase board size. Now we can put the phylactery here, although I don't have anything applying poison. Arming sword, dog, villager, mutton. Oh goodness, this is actually... Oh, I don't know. Oh, 113 health. I don't know if I'm going to do this. Let's see. This feels much nicer already with this UI, though. It feels less blank. And I think that's going to be even more true once I add some decorative elements to these frame elements here. Probably do more on this as well, like fill in this gap with something, or I don't know, we'll see. Maybe do the dithered fade on the bottom here as well. I don't think I'm gonna win this one. I died. Phylactery and... Or Alembic and Phylactery, goodbye. I still don't think I'm gonna win. Oh, maybe I will, actually. So that resurrection is nice because the enemy health remains at where it was when you died. So you can just pick up from where you left off. Oh my gosh. These things do massive damage. That villager's kicking my butt. Okay, I lost again. All right, that's feeling very good though. So work on sprucing up UI. Arming swords are still so powerful. Shields OP. Yeah, the shields are very strong as well. Okay, for this frame here, let me just, I'll just do what I kind of did on the other parts. Just something super basic. Something super basic. Might change this little decorative element here in the future, but We'll just get this in place for now. Cool. And then this inside part is all flat because I might change the decoration on the inside of the border here based on the environment. But we shall see. We shall see indeed. What I do want to do is I want to play around with adding a health globe somewhere. So someone said, Biscuit said put it right under the player inventory or the player board. So I might do that. Let's see. Goodbye, skeleton. I gotta change that art as well. Echo. I think what I'll do for like the alchemy here is I'll make it similar to this, where I've got like the gradient text and some kind of art, and then like, or I'll do it like I have the altar. Yeah, I have to figure that out still. This doesn't affect the enemy when I hover over it either. Hover highlight doesn't work if card targets enemy board. Do some hygiene on my task list here. Anyway. Cool, let's experiment with adding a health globe somewhere in here. I mean, I could be down here and I just move this somewhere else. I think that will look kind of nice, put it down in the corner here. I don't know about that though, but let's see. Maybe top right under the currency. Yeah, one of those two places I think would look great. Actually, top left, you mean? Yeah. Top left, I mean, that's more standard, right? Like that's where players expect to see their health. If we do something like this, I'm going to need to break this up into a bunch of different things. Let's create a new group. New group. Globe. Now I'm going to have to figure out how exactly I want to do this. Actually, okay. Oh Oh man, this is almost too big for me. Be kind of cool to do an animation there too. I have to think about how to do that. How would I do that? Probably could make something work with particles and masking. Let's see if I can just get... Might have to look up a reference for this one, but I think... Let's just start with... doing some shading here. That looks terrible. Okay. All right, that looks better, I suppose. I don't know if I want to make it like... Actually, that looks pretty much fine. I think that looks pretty much fine, actually. Oops. And then what I'll do is I actually want to mostly make this... Actually, I probably want to make this mostly green. With a smattering of some of the whites here. Oops. Something like that. I'm trying to think of what kind of orbs would be like in an alchemist workshop. Yeah, I think I'll add something here. I don't know what yet, but is there like a big orb flask, like a boiling flask or something? Maybe globe, look, Diablo, some demon holding it, and good morning. Hello, Marcos. Yeah, something like that. I want to do some kind of decoration around it. Like, my plan is to have this frame kind of like implement it somehow. But we'll see. We will see. We will see. Right now, I kind of want to just figure out how exactly this is going to look. I wonder if I should... Oh, you know what? I'm not going to be able to add a texture like that. Do I want to add... We'll play around with some particles and stuff. What this is Oh, I did that on the outer, didn't I? That's fine. So what would happen really is like, it would go down like this, and then I would have some kind of like waves here and down here as well, and animate these. You know what I mean? I think I know how to do that. I think I could probably accomplish it with 2 layers of particles. Okay. Before I go too far, let's is that a good size? I think that's good. What is this game and is it searchable on Steam? Welcome, Hill. So this is a collectible card game roguelike auto battler with a necromancy, alchemy, medieval science theme that I'm currently working on, where the big hook of the game is being able to alchemize cards, meaning that you can take 2 different cards with 2 different abilities, combine them together into a new card that has abilities of both. It's not on Steam yet, but it's in development. I'm working on it right now, and hopefully there will be a Steam page for it shortly. So if you want to be notified, just stay up to date with this channel. You can also sign up for my email list at firebelly.com. I will be sending out an email for sure whenever this game is available for you to wishlist. So yeah. Yeah, I will look at references if I need them. To really sell it to Orbital Liquid Blood. Yeah, I'm going to do that, I think. Because I think that is going to kind of determine how I accomplish that effect is going to be how I proceed with the texture here. So yeah, let's see if we can figure that out. Let's see. I probably want to move this to a new scene. Be cool if the health would animate with bubbles. Yeah, we're going to try that. We're going to try something like that. So let me firstly... Why am I not allowed to select? There we go. There we go. That's not right. Assets UI. We'll just create a new folder. Okay, it would be kind of cool in A-Sprite if I could add other A-Sprite files into here as like reference layers that automatically update if I change the scene. So like a almost composition kind of thing. That'd be kind of cool. I wonder if that's actually a thing. Hold on. Nope. Yeah, it'd be really cool if I could just put an A-Sprite file in here, and then I can just move that file around for mock-up purposes, and then I go and edit the file, and then when I come back, it's like updated here. That'd be super cool. But oh well, it's not there. All right, let's see how we can accomplish animating this. So I'll go in Godot and I'll set up a texture progress. So let's create a new scene. We'll make it, I'll just use a margin container as the root for now. Okay. A Sprite making balls, yes. Welcome, Programming Gamer. Good to see you. I remember you did a video about Liquid Vial before. I did, yeah. That's an OG viewer right there. I did, yeah, and I think I accomplished that. I actually forgot what I covered in that tutorial, how I did that. Was it particles? Well, I'm gonna try it with particles in this case, and we're gonna see how that works. Yeah, we'll see. Cool. All right, before I get into that though, I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick 2-minute break. So in the meantime, please check out the links in the description below. Those are all the ways that you can support my work. You can purchase Gunforged on Steam, and you can also purchase one of my Udemy courses. So again, give me 2 minutes, I'll be right back, and we will continue on with this health globe. All right, BRB. All right, I'm back. Good morning, the Red Velvet. Always good to see you. Reminds me of when I was trying to make a progress bar using shaders that I wanted to be able to control from StreamerBot. Oh, interesting. That is an interesting project. In an old video, you used Light2D. Yeah, I used Light2D for the mask. I remember that, but we can do masks much better in Godot 4 now. Okay. Bottom to top, textures. Okay, where is this? Health globe. Min value 0, max value 1, step 0.001, value 0.5. progress offset. Perfect. Okay, so there's our fill. So I'll just do this real quick, and we'll just see what we can get going. So let's do a sprite 2D. Let's add a GPU particles 2D. New, let's do particles. Oh, I don't want those particles, do I? Okay. I want them without the outline here. Assets, effect. Material. Okay. New particle process material. All right, let's do this. So I'm going to put these here. Turn the gravity down. Probably going to want some kind of oscillation as well. But anyway, I want to try this mask here. Where would that be? Clip children, clip only. Nice. So now we got a mask in place. Is that correct? I think so. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. And I can check this by just doing, yeah. So we can do clip only. So now we can clip those particles so that they are basically just constrained to that area. So what I want to do here is maybe I will set a constant speed here. Turn up the lifetime a little bit so they go to the edges. .25 for safety. We're going to need a lot more particles, but let's do 20. So if we add some kind of like oscillating motion here. How do I do that? Orbit velocity? New curve texture. Let's see. I don't actually know how to use this. Okay, well that's not correct. Okay, there's some kind of oscillation there. I don't know, is this like a multiplier? What is this? I don't know how this works. Is this a multiplier? -1, 1. What happens if I turn the spread down here? Yeah, I don't know how this works. Okay, I definitely don't want to use that. It's not having a lot of initial orbit velocity at the beginning. Oops. So I don't really know if I know how this works, but that's all right. Right now I'm trying to work on making netcode for a Godot project of mine. Yeah, netcode is tough. Netcode is tough. I spent a few hours last night trying to make a game without tutorials or Google. Managed to make almost an exact replica of Flappy Bird. Nice, yeah. That's always a great feeling when something finally works. Offset it to the left. The problem is that it gains magnitude over time. So it's always going to appear to have more magnitude on the right-hand side, which is not necessarily something that I want. Yeah, that's, so I could use turbulence, but I've always had terrible problems with turbulence. So I just need a basic oscillating motion, but I don't actually know. Maybe I can change the directional velocity. Radial velocity. Maybe the radial velocity is what I want. Is that working? I mean, that looks kind of okay. You know what might help too is if I go to this display here, animation, and then I need to change the angle too. Where's my lifetime randomness? It's not doing much up and down motion, that's the thing. What happens if I do a directional velocity? Directional velocity seems to do nothing. Radial velocity. Tangential excel. Oh, maybe that's what I want. New curve texture. This is largely just a crapshoot here, as you can probably tell. I still don't know if this is like a multiplier. It seems like it might be a multiplier. I just need more up and down motion, but maybe I'll just stop there and just we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so we're gonna do this one up here. And we will take the color here. Initial. Oh, wait. I always get lost in this. Let's see here. New gradient texture. Hello? Thank you. We'll take this purple, like so. And then what I'll do is I'll duplicate this GP particles 2D. And I'll just make this unique. And then change this color to red. Then I can shift it down. Oh, wait. Why did it change both? I specifically said make unique. Okay, it doesn't want to be unique. That's all right. That's okay. Oh, the particle process material probably needs to be unique as well. Okay. Let's try this again. Try this again. Okay, it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it looks kind of good. Anyway, let's see. Might move this one up here, then this one up there. There we go. I'm just going to slap this in the game UI somewhere. Health globe. And we're going to see what it looks like. Doesn't look bad. I wish there was more up and down motion. Probably will change the mask a little bit as well. Let's do that right now, actually. So if I go to my health globe, this here, this inner part, select, modify, contract by 1 pixel. Create new, we're gonna just call this mask. Export, or no, scripts, export layers. It said I'm unique just like everyone else. Yeah, it is a bit fast. Yeah, I'll change all that. There's a lot of problems with it still. Okay, so the problem here, let's turn it down. Now it doesn't last long enough. Particle pre-process. Is there a pre-process? Pre-process. Should the white reflection be in front? Yeah, it should be. I wonder why that's not working. Hold on. Oh. Interesting. I may have to get rid of this. I may just have to make this a sprite, honestly. That's okay. Yeah, it doesn't look fluidy enough. I don't know. It needs more oscillation. I don't know how to accomplish that with particles, though. I don't know how to accomplish that. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to delete this. And we're going to try it. We're going to try editing this one. How do I make the particle oscillate? That's a good question. A pivot point used to calculate radial and orbital velocity of particles. That seems that seems promising. Radial velocity. I don't know how to make it. I don't know how to make it do what I want it to do. Okay, let's turn off the radial velocity. Let's just get rid of this. Reset that. Angular velocity. That's just how much it rotates, I think. Yeah. Indeed. Where is the, do I still have something in place here? Oh, the tangential acceleration. Can I just bump this up? Well, that might be it. Maybe instead of, let's try 0. Is there like a tangential? That looks better. It'd be nice if there was some kind of randomness in here, though. Or maybe there is. That looks better. Let's try this. Let's duplicate that. Make unique recursive. Move this down. Then we need to set the color to different. Set color to different. The curves are largely the same now, so I'd probably just want to offset those. Ooh, that's bad. That looks better. Turn on local chords, which will hopefully prevent that initial burst. That is not quite working. Larger, slow-moving particles that move over the whole red section. Yeah, one thing at a time. We're not done. We're trying to figure out this section first, and then we'll add all the rest of the stuff. Just got to figure out this sort of like liquid portion, this top liquid portion here, which is not working. Okay, here's what I'm going to try instead. Let's hide those. Well, let's see. Duplicate this. Make unique recursive. I'm going to try something different here. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to try it. So instead of trying to mess with like these tangential stuff, where is that? Tangential, get rid of that. I wonder if this would be good enough. We'll get rid of the angular velocity. Okay, and then if we do this scale, min and max. That might be enough. This is all just a mock-up too. Yeah, that's true, yeah. I'm mostly just experimenting. I want to see if I can get this effect to work, but if I can't get it looking nice, then there's a chance that I just won't even use it, you know? Oops. Okay, so instead of trying to do all this, I've got a slight spread and I'm changing the size of all the particles that are created. And then I can hopefully just duplicate this, make this unique. Change this color to that, and then move it down. That might look a little bit better, let's see. There's not a lot of movement there, so maybe if I... Let's see. It's kind of annoying, I have to delete that. Okay, let's do this. Scale, curve texture. Give it a little bit of like ups and downs. See what that looks like before I duplicate it. That looks a little bit better. Wait. Oh, do I not even need... I might not even need that second particle thing. What happens if I do... Let's do fewer particles and make them bigger. Not that big. Not that big either. Maybe I will add a little bit of angular velocity here. See what that looks like. Hello, Wither King. What's up? Good to see you again. How did you learn about this technique? I mean, this is just, I don't know. I don't think I learned about it. It's just kind of like seeing if it works. I don't think it might not work, so I don't know for sure, but what about some offset so it has a bit of parallax? Offset. Well, so I think maybe I could do that with a randomization of the initial velocity. That would be too fast. Let's do 10 and 15. So maybe a randomization of the initial velocity here would help. Hopefully that's what you mean. Let's see. Maybe using shader. Yeah, I don't know how to do a shader for that though. I think that looks pretty good. I still wonder if I need to duplicate this. Make this unique. Let's see. Maybe the red scaling curve at the front should be staggered with the one at the back. The red scaling curve at the front. So I didn't actually have any front particles in that example, but now I do have front particles. So how does that look? Have liquid shaders. I like it. I'm not sure what you're trying to fix. I'm just trying to get it to look nice. That's all. That's all. I just watch videos, techniques like this, and I use documentation to learn them. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. I'm trying to figure it out on my own, though, all by my lonesome. But I will look at references if I need to. Hello, Dione. Welcome back. That's what I was talking about. 2 particles with a bit of offset in speed, but just enough to be subtle. Yeah, I think that's working good. They're dying a little bit early. I wonder if I add a little bit more. I keep having to duplicate this, and I guess I don't need to do that. What I can do is, if I add a little bit more spread, maybe. Add a little bit more spread, maybe give it a little bit more velocity variation. Turn up the particle count. The particle preprocess. I'll turn that up as well. Where's that particle preprocess? Particle preprocess. There's big gaps being created now, so that's the unfortunate thing. The only way to really solve that is to increase the number of particles emitted. And also I need to increase the lifetime now, I think. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'm just going to get rid of that lifetime randomness that I have. It's kind of messing everything up. Where is that? Get rid of this. Yeah, so depending on the velocity, I could probably fix that though. If I go to my display, scale, edit my curve texture here. Okay. There's still like some dying at the end here. So maybe I can't do that small of a velocity. Or I could turn everything down. So I do 5 and 10. Yeah, see, they die a little bit early, so I could turn the lifetime up. Problem is these gaps get created, which may not be a problem as long as most of it is covered. And then there will be this front particles too. So if I do this, make unique. I might end up doing a different approach for this. Either a shader, or I could probably just use like some line 2Ds as well and just do like a sine wave on them. That might ultimately end up being easier, but I wanted to see if I could get this working. Let's see. I honestly think it looks great. Thank you. Shave your hair, you look much better. You think so? Like going bald? Going bald? Only if you shave your space moment. Hello, Craig. Welcome back. That looks pretty good. But it gets some weird spots like that. Gets some weird spots like that for sure. I wonder if the spread has anything to do with it. What happens if I turn the spread down? Just turn the spread down. Make unique recursive. Is the velocity between the two different? I wonder if it's a bit slower velocity in the bottom particle would give it a swirling effect. I could do that, maybe. The weird spots is cool, though. Shows that it's moving. Yeah. Looking good already. Time to move on. I mean, if you think it looks good, I mean, I'm not entirely sure. I don't think anyone's going to notice the bad parts. We'll look at it for 2 seconds max. Yeah, that's true. Stupid thought. All right, let's hear it. What if the dark part moves backwards? Okay. So we start it over on this side. And then we reverse the direction. Ooh, wait a minute. Is Adam a genius, everybody? Apologies if anyone else in the chat suggested this and I ignored you or didn't understand. How's that? What do we think? Swirl? Good call, yes. Good call indeed. Can we get clap emojis in the chat for Adam, please, everybody? Anyone listening? Let's get some claps for Adam. Not bad. Looks like it's swirling around. Yeah. There we go. Got one clap for you, Adam. Oh, there's two. There's two. Yeah, that was a great call. Okay, good. All right. Oops, I didn't mean to click that. That's fine. All right, so let's actually see. So that's basically just only part of it here. So this is background swirl, and then we'll call this one foreground swirl. So the thing about this though is that these need to be positioned based on the current value of the progress bar. So we're going to get this all hooked up here. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this background swirl and foreground swirl. Let's take this and put it there. And then this background swirl is going to go up. And the foreground swirl is going to go down. And so basically, oops. I'm going to take this node 2D. I'm going to lock these positions here. Take this node 2D, and this node 2D is going to be positioned such that it's in line with the actual progress bar value. And so I need to make this update based on the progress bar value. Texture progress bar. So let me hide that. Texture progress bar. Right. So custom minimum size. Let's just do 49 by 49. That's not what it was. 47 by 47. There we go. Okay, so now we got this value. So we need to keep track of this value change. And we'll have to position that based on the value of this. What would it look like if it was at the top? I guess it would just be... Oh. I gotta lock the mask in place as well so I don't accidentally move it. So if it was at the top, it would be like this, basically. Okay. All right. Clap. Thank you, Rin. Yeah, we got lots of claps. Excellent. Thank you, everybody. All right. Welcome, welcome to the new people in the chat. So how am I going to do this? I need to get this hooked up, obviously. So let's go ahead and write a script for this. Scripts, create new folder, health globe, right? Delete this folder. Scripts, UI, health globe. Any day now. Any day now. Hello, I don't know how to put Q7 oosh. Or is it supposed to be a T or something? But anyway, welcome. Hello and good work. Wondering if there are specific advantages to using C instead of GDScript. C#. If you're talking about C#, then mostly it's just the structural stuff that you get with C#. So you get like interfaces, abstract classes, that sort of thing. You also get access to the NuGet repository, and you can add NuGet packages to your project. So yeah, I mean, that's those are the main advantages. There's like a minor performance benefit in some cases, but that's not really a reason that you should choose C# over GDScript. Okay, what is the AI doing? Stop. texture progress bar. So let's do this real quick. I need to be able to calculate the height. So this texture progress bar, the value is 1. It's 43 pixels tall. Void update mask, or no, update. Swirls position. Var height is equal to 43 times texture progress bar dot value. Swirl node private node 2D swirls. Swirls dot position is equal to new vector 2 0 height. So that should be all that I need to do there. Ready. Texture progress bar value changed. Value change plus equals on value changed. Why is this? I think my AI is going crazy here. So we update the swirls position there. Is this not correct? Let's see. Let me guess, this has to be a double, right? Let's try double. Yep. Okay, so that needs to be a double. So where am I actually? So the board. Register player board. Export health component. Okay. So I'm going to need to do something here. So in the board, I'm going to actually make the health component publicly accessible. Because I need that. Get private set. Then in my health globe here, where's my board manager? I'm going to add a signal in here for player board public delegate void player board registered event handler board player board register player board emit signal player board registered. Okay, so this health globe now, I think this will be ready before the player board gets registered. So I should be able to do this dot get board manager dot connect player board registered on player board registered. This is going to take a board in here. Player board.health component.connect health component signal name. I need board manager here. Texture progress bar.value is equal to health state dot health percent. I think that's all I need to do for now. Okay. Let's see what happens. So I'm actually going to put this health globe in a proper spot here. I'll just put it in under here for now. And we'll just situate it up here. This is all just, you know, it's all just whatever. Let's see what happens. I'll take some damage. I'll take some damage and then we'll see what happens. Oh, did I not? Okay, so this is not working for some reason. The position is not, oh, the position is not being updated. I don't think the value changed. I don't think this works the way that I think it works. I've hit this issue before. I don't think this value change signal. Emitted when value changes. When used on a slider, if you're performing an expensive operation. I don't think value change is being emitted. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to call update swirls position here and get rid of this signal handler. And we'll also do this on ready here. Okay. Let's see what happens. That's not correct. That is not correct. Anyone remember that vine? I'm gonna let this guy beat up on me and see if this works. Oh, you know what? Did I do this wrong? I think I just did my math wrong. Like a big dum-dum. Height, 43. Yeah, so this needs to be times 1f minus float. Because it needs to be down 43 if the health is 0 and at 0 if the health is 1. Okay, we're almost there. Almost there, almost there. All right, there we go. Look at that. So now as I'm taking damage, the health globe is getting sent down. That's great. That's great. It's not very apparent because I keep healing, but... So if I get rid of this health bar down here and I add some kind of like frame holder or something, I think that's going to look really nice. And then I could put the status effects going down or on the side here. Let me remove my healing so I can see this easier. This is coming together though. It's coming together. So I think I can add like a tween too, so the animation so it looks like it's emptying rather than just immediately stepping down. There we go, though. It's looking good. What do we think? How's everyone feeling about the health globe? I know it's not finished. I mean, there will be more stuff. I might add some particles in the liquid itself as well. Maybe change some of the shading here, but how are we feeling overall about that health globe? Any thoughts, opinions, questions, comments? The UI is more beautiful each day. Thank you, thank you. Similar globe on the right for the enemy. You want me to do another globe for the enemy here? So get rid of the health bar down here and do an enemy globe here. Looks good. Thank you, Ash. Appreciate that. I like it. It's great touch. I will miss the health bar under the board, though. This one, yeah. This is important for this game to make difference for me. Oh, the UI, yeah. Yeah, I want to make the art as good as I can make it. So we're working our way there. Slowly but surely. When 100% has to be a bit lower, it looks weird when filled. Yeah, I can do that. So I can, like, make the 100% value actually, like, 90% or something. Yeah, I can do that. I'll probably put text over the thing here as well. So take this text, like this 50 out of 50, and put it in here. Or on the side or something. So you can see the actual number. Ooh, I just took a bunch of damage. Wonder what it looks like when it gets empty. Ooh, look at that. That's pretty cool, actually. So I think when it's empty, it needs to not have an effect. So when the progress bar value is 0, I'll probably just hide those particles. 37 viewers today, great numbers. Yeah, we're gonna pump those numbers up. Same number effect on the hit globe like it does on the board. Yeah, I think I'll either keep the numbers flying out of the board because they're just easier to see because you're already looking at the board, right? Or I can make them come out of here. That's something that I'll have to play with for sure. I don't know if, but it won't come out of this bar. I don't think. Cool. All right, well, I'm glad that I'm moving in the right direction. Thank you all for your suggestions. Work on UI and health globe. Okay, that's going to be it for the stream today, though. Thank you all for joining me on this Saturday morning. Oh, crack the glass as you take damage. That's a great idea, too. Yeah. Yeah, I'll think about that. But yeah, thanks again, everyone, for joining me. And again, please check out the links in the description below. Those are all the ways that you can support my work, and very much appreciate that. Also, you can, purchase Gunforged on Steam or purchase one of my Udemy courses. Those will teach you how to build a complete game in the Godot engine. I appreciate any and all support, and thank you also to the VOD watchers and lurkers out there. I know that you're out there, and I know that you watch these, so thank you for that. Have a good weekend, everybody. Have a great day, and I will see you Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern. All right. Bye-bye.